introducing the Destroyer, Andy Ruiz Jr.
You're going to be surprised by the quickness of Ruiz. This guy can fight.
Oh, right. That was it.
Move forward. Who's next?
I think Anthony Joshua, we're in negotiations right now, so, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Hi, welcome back to Inside PBC Boxing. Kate, Shawn and Abner still with you. That was Andy Ruiz Jr. last week on this set, hinting that he would get the Anthony Joshua fight. This week, though, it became official. Ruiz will replace Jarrell Miller, who was pulled from the heavyweight title bout after failing 3 drug tests. How do you see Ruiz faring against AJ, first of all?
First of all, we had a lot to do with that. Him being on this show and hitting that, believe me, and that whole snigger thing. But,
I mean, I think he was already in the conversation, Abner. But okay.
No, we just, whatever. Give us some credit, come on. He has a chance. He has a fighter's chance. He's not a bad fighter. He really uses his speed really well. He's a small fighter, so he could get in there easily.
Is it any less competitive than the Jarrell Miller fight would have been?
A lot of people saying that it's going to be more difficult now. I say it's going to be about the same even. What about?
I could see Shawn? A fighter's chance. And I say it respectfully because I do know his capabilities in the ring, but against a bigger guy, Anthony Joshua with more experience on
and who knows how to use his distance. Yeah, that's the thing.
To me, that's the biggest separation is the fact that he has experience on the world championship level. I think that's the separation there. So I will pick Anthony Joshua to win that fight. But definitely gonna keep in mind that Andy Ruiz has a fighter's chance.
Andy Ruiz is my guy. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go for him because he's my guy, but I think he's got a chance. He's definitely got a chance. He's got the heart of a champion, and he's got the great chin. And I think he's gonna find find his way inside and make it a ugly, uncomfortable fight for Joshua.
In terms of him accepting this fight at late notice, it feels like this fight is a golden ticket for him, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a golden ticket for him. I appreciate it. I appreciate that he's willing to step up just after a fight that he won on a knockout. He's feeling good about himself, and he knows that. And I said this before. When you're coming up, you're looking at the champions. So in one way or another, he's been studying Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, a few of those.
Always waiting for that chance. Always waiting for that opportunity, and he got it.
So yeah, go ahead.
I'm at the same page. I mean, it's a win-win for him. Either he goes and gives an okay performance, he gets knocked out. I think he still gets another opportunity, but I think he's going in for the kill. He's going in for the win. It's not just a fight that he felt lucky and he got it. No, he worked hard. He just recently fought, and I think that's one of the reasons they got him too, because he's a competitive fighter.
Yeah, you have to wonder how much credit Anthony Joshua will get, whether he gets the win when he gets the win, because he's expected to win in style, right? When Andy Ruiz got word that he landed the big money title fight, he tweeted out this. Take a look. Numbers don't lie, he said. Hashtag Snickers with the Mexican flag, boxing glove, and starry eye emojis. That was in reference to this video that he also posted. Anthony Joshua hitting the punching bag machine on the Graham Norton show, a show in the UK. Joshua scoring 800, let's see, and 48.
And the fist bump afterwards. He was feeling good.
And of course, Ruiz was here last week after taking a couple of bites at Snickers. He hit 967.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, you're all over this. You hate the punching bag machine.
I was all over it for a second. It's hard. You can, if you've met or seen Andy Ruiz, it's hard not to be a fan of his.
Yeah, he's likable.
Yeah, and so for him to say, hey, numbers don't lie, I'm coming for your neck, I believe it.
I hear scientifically proven that this is right. He hits that hard. And
that's why I won't hit the bag. I know science.
You are going to hit it once.
I know we all joke about the Snickers thing and everything, but just in terms of strength and conditioning, you look at Anthony Joshua, he's an elite athlete. It feels like everything's on point. Nutrition, strength, conditioning, training, everything. Yeah. Andy Ruiz cuts a different figure, right? Is that an issue, and what can he do to remedy that coming into this fight with 4 weeks' notice?
Go ahead.
I don't think this is an issue. I've seen skinny fighters that hit really hard. I've seen big, bulky guys that don't hit at all. I just think body figure that has nothing to do with it. I think he's just a smaller fighter that has always been fighting at heavyweight, and he hits. It's not just a smaller guy that's moving up to heavyweight. He's a solid heavyweight that can really crack and can really fight.
So there's something behind the number that we see on the scale. There's something coming behind it.
He came in at 262, though. Would you want to see him coming in a little bit lower?
My whole thing is he can't worry about that right now. I don't know his timeline to get ready for this fight, but that can't be his concern because his body style is not going to change. His figure is not going to change. He's got to just continue to do what he's been doing. Like I said before, I know he's been studying Anthony Joshua for a while, and he's just got to be ready for the fight.
Okay, of course, we all remember that Ruiz finds himself in this position because Joshua's previous opponent, Jarrell Miller, is suspended 6 months by the WBA for his failed drug test. Shawn, you're laughing already, which comes to the question I'm going to ask you. Just to remind you as well that the heavyweight's New York license expired, so technically the commission can't actually punish him because he wasn't technically under their license, but a 6-month suspension. You sniggered, basically. I mean, that says everything, right? It doesn't feel fitting or appropriate in many ways.
He's a law-abiding citizen, and they work for him this time. I don't agree with 6 months suspension. Abner, you've said it before. Yeah. 6 months, that's what we take off after a fight anyway. He said, so, you know, I've even made the joke that, you know, he's probably thinking I was going to take 6 months off anyway, you know, so it's, to me, it's ridiculous. It's shameful.
It is.
For him, his team, his weight class, boxing, the country.
In general,
yeah, everything.
What about it as a deterrent? Because obviously we're saying it doesn't massively punish him in the way that you would like to see that kind of behavior punished. Is it a deterrent enough? Does it put fear into a boxer? Okay, if I get caught, I could get 6 months ban.
I mean, I don't like it at all. I don't like the 6 months. We just said it. 6 months is usually what you take off after a fight. You know, his fight got canceled. Okay, I'll fight in 6 months. You do the crime, you do the time, but not 6 months. And he came out positive for 3 things, not just one. Deontay Wilder was really vocal about it, and because he was in that, he's been through that. You know, where fights got been canceled because someone came out positive. That's money that they're taking away from his family. So I can see his anger. And me as an active fighter, I mean, that's just not fair.
That's
so you're not happy with 6 months, but do you want to see a route for a fighter like Jarrell Miller back into the sport and back into professional fighting?
Again, I'm no one to say how long he should get, more or less. But as an active fighter, I have the right to say that this is wrong.
And let me just so you know, from my perspective, I was rooting for Baby Miller. I have nothing to do with Anthony Joshua or Baby Miller. I was going to New York to support Baby Miller. I was on his team 100%. But when that comes out, the things he was doing, it's unacceptable. And like I said before, I'm a very, very...
But you got to put yourself in that position, Shawn. If it was you when your opponent came out positive, I mean...
But I'm a very patriotic person. So when Anthony Joshua's coming over here to fight, I don't care who he's fighting. They're American, I'm rooting for him. And so I just feel like all the way around the board, there's a lot of disgrace that has kind of shed over everything, from the sport to his family, the country, the whole nine. Now it looks like this is what we do over here, and it's not. And so it's not acceptable. It's not.
I feel you. All right, we're just getting started here on Inside PBC Boxing. Coming up next, Caleb Plant won his title in January, so now what? Well, we've got news on when the super middleweight will return to defend his IBF title. Plus, how about this? A look at the world-famous Griffith Observatory in the Hollywood Hills overlooking downtown LA. Shawn loves these little LA tours.
We're going around LA. I love it.
We've got more Inside PBC Boxing coming up next. Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.